first thing we need to do is to establish an L, a W, and an H. So as you look at number 11, what do you want to do? What do you want to call what? Zay, what's L? Yeah, let's get the big one out of the way. And then Zay, 18. And the last one has to be 6. And these are all inches. Okay? Very good. So our formula was length times width times 2. We're going to add that to length times height times 2, and then we're going to add that to width times height times 2. Okay? So let's set it up at least with the numbers so that we can at least get that far. So if we're doing that, our length is 44, the width is 18, times 2. Don't do anything yet. Let's just get it set up. Then the length of 44, the height of 6, and times 2. 44 times 6 times 2. And then the width of 18 times the height of 6 times 2. All right. Any way you can simplify any of this and do any of the part of this in your head? Sorry, Desi. How about this one here? Can you do anything times 2? Which do you prefer? Which is, so this is essentially 88 times 18. And the second one you were saying? Here's what I would suggest. And why 88 times 6 instead of the other way? We were multiplying by a single digit. That's much easier, right? And then here, maybe the same thing. 18 times 2, you said before, was 36. Times 6. Good. Do the work, add them up. See what you get. 64 for the 88 times 18, correct? For the 88 times 6, 48 plus 4 is 528. And then 36 should be 216. So 1564, 528, 216. 12 plus 6 is 18. 7, 9. Is that right? Did I make a mistake? Yes. I made a mistake. 1584? I made a mistake. All right. So then 9 and 3 is 12. 6, 11 plus that's 3, and right, 2. 2,328 inches squared. 2,328 inches squared. Try number 12. In L, W, or H, unless you remember the shortcut with a cube. Now, the great thing about working with a cube is even if you didn't find the shortcut, and we'll get to the shortcut in a minute, even if you didn't get to the shortcut, you're really only doing one problem. So we can go 15 times 2 and say 30, right? 15 times 30 you can do in your head. What's 15 times 3? 15 times 3, 45 with a 0 is. So if that's what we get for 15 times 15 times 2, what are we going to get for 15 times 15 times 2? It's the same problem. You're going to get 450. You're going to get 450. You add them all up, you're going to get 1,000 350 millimeters squared. Now, the other way to look at it is that if it's a cube, it's going to be made up of 6 faces, right? All of those 6 faces are going to be the same. So all you need to do is find out what one of the faces is going to be, side times side, and multiply it by 6. So if 15 times 3 was 45, 15 times 6 is going to be 90. So if you multiply 15 times 90, you get 1350 the same way. It just makes you a little bit quicker. If you're not comfortable with the shortcut, by all means, don't use it. All right? This is the destination right here. Whether you take the long way or the short way, I just want you to get there. Okay? Try number 13, surface area. 1350 was the answer. Try number 13. They tell you what L, W, and H are. Fourteen times 11 times 2, I would say 28 times 11 and 8, 10, 3. You could do 22 times 14. You should still get the same thing, right? And then 28 times 8. 14 times 2 is 28 times 8, 64. 16 plus 6, 224. And then here, 22 times 8 should give us 16 and 17. So I should get 18 and 10, 4, 5, 6, 7, 708 centimeters squared. Okay, now what's important is when you've got all of these lined up, try to pick the path of least resistance. In other words, don't just take the first 2 that come to your head like, oh, 11 times 2, I can easily do that. Because this probably, going 14 times 2 and using the 11 might be a little bit easier for you. Same thing here. Now, you could go 14 times 8, but probably easier just to do the 14 times 2. Same thing here. You can go 8 times 2 and get 16, and you're going to go by 11, when you might as well just do, well, you could do, what, 88 times 2 if you want, either way. Just try to find the way that works best for you. All right, because once you get it set up, you've got to be able to knock it all back down. Okay? Let's shift gears and turn to number 15. And number 15 is looking for volume. And it says, find the volume of the rectangular prism in number 11. So you got to go back and look at number 11, use the dimensions that we have for number 11. We said that for number 11, I think we said our length was 44, we said our width was 18, we said our height then was 6. Again, does it really matter what order we put them in? No. You're going to multiply all 3 of them anyway, doesn't really matter. Give it a shot. Okay, any suggestion? Anything that maybe worked particularly well for you? Yeah? Here's what I would say. I mean, if you got it right, then obviously it worked for you. If if I multiply 18 times 6 or 44 times 6, I'm going to get a pretty big number. Then I'm going to have to go back and multiply it by another double-digit number. I might as well just get it over with. Multiply the 44 to the 18, because then whatever I get, I'll just have to multiply by a single-digit 6. So I might as well just get the big one over with and then multiply by 6. So 32 and 35, 4, 4, 2, 9, 7. Now 792 times 6, 12, 55, 47, 4,752, and it was inches cubed because it's volume. Your assignment for tomorrow is to do, we didn't do number 14, which was surface area. And we did 15, so we'll do 16, 17, and 18. Okay. And that was volume. We will test tomorrow. And we'll test on all of it. You'll have to know from 1 through 6 and 11 through 18. Okay? That's what you'll have to know for the test. So that includes what? Area of parallelogram. That includes area of a circle, circumference of a circle. That includes area of a triangle. That includes surface area. That includes volume. All that. Now, I will let you use your practice test. I will also let you use your formula sheet, but that's it. Right. I'll let you use that for the test. But you have to also understand how those formulas work, and that's what we've been working on the last couple of days. So hopefully you'll be prepared when that time comes tomorrow. Okay? Catherine. This part is your assignment.